Hey guys, Yummy here again, and today I'm bringing you another part of my series in which I talk about what I believe to be the best loadout for each map. And today, it's on NANSHA Strike as suggested by... Actually, it was suggested by Presty a few months ago on one of my previous best loadout videos because no one suggested a map on my last video, so I had to go scrounging for one to do. Just remember guys, if there's a map you would like me to do next, just leave it down in the comment section down below and I'll definitely consider doing it. Now there are a lot of different playstyles that go well with this map. You can really do any class that you want or just be in whatever vehicle you want, and it is very likely that you can definitely do well in it. I usually actually just fly scout heli or do something of that kind, or even attack boat every time I play this map. I very rarely actually do infantry, so it was interesting trying to find a loadout that worked the best. And I just sticked with the engineer kit because that's the one that I do the best with. That is the one that I know the best, and since this map has a ton of vehicles, it's definitely, to me, the most effective, just for me. There were plenty of instances in which I definitely could have been a medic and been very effective. I was surrounded by infantry, especially on the E objective, which I spent pretty much a majority of my time defending from enemies and trying to capture back. It was a main focus point of both of the matches that I played on this map. But overall, I really hate being caught with my pants down whenever it comes to vehicles. That's why I just love the engineer kit. If I get really hurt, I can always just hide in a corner or something and slowly regen health, or just go out in a hail of bullets. Because really, I would much prefer just having the ability to take out a helicopter with a small than worry about giving myself health. And I must have been doing something right, because for some reason the admins got really salty at me and ended up kicking me at the very end of the first match. It couldn't be because someone was wanting to join the game, because I had the most kills in the match, so it doesn't make any sense to kick me to make room for someone else trying to join, like a VIP slot. Usually you would kick down a really low guy so that it doesn't affect the match that much, so it was clearly because I was doing really well. A lot of the admins were on the enemy team, and they were probably really salty. Honestly, for me, I wasn't actually doing as well as I should have been in the first match, but you know, whatever. I've never actually been kicked from the dog server before, but you know, there's always a first time. I am a huge fan of the dog servers. I play on them all the time, pretty much just the Naval Strike server. The only problem I have with it is it's instant vehicle respawn, which can get really annoying, especially with attack boats on a map like Wavebreaker that has like 4 attack boats on the map. And you keep blowing up attack boats, but they keep reappearing magically right after you blow them up, so there's almost no purpose to even bothering trying to destroy the attack boats. It doesn't give your team any kind of advantage because it's going to be right back in 30 seconds later. That's the only problem I have with it. Other than that, it's actually a pretty fantastic server. But on to the loadout. As you guys know by now, I chose the engineer kit, obviously, so I could take out some of those vehicles, and I was pretty successful. Crazy things didn't happen as much as on other maps like Wavebreaker. Wavebreaker is one of my favorite maps in the game, so I really love just playing engineer kit with a really fast-firing PDW and poning stuff with the small. It got pretty hilarious, but I didn't manage to shoot down anything with the small in this match. I got really close a few times, but it just didn't happen. Now for a main gun, I chose the AK-5C carbine. I think I chose this for the Siege of Shanghai best loadout video I did a while back, but this is just such a great gun, the perfect one for all of the situations on this map. This map does not have that much close quarters action. It's actually mostly mid-range to long range, and it can be really long range unless you're sticking around the main island. If you're trying to snipe people from F, or God forbid your spawn carrier, this gun definitely is not the best for that, but for mid-range, which constitutes pretty much the majority of the map, this gun is actually pretty outstanding at it. It has a very average fire rate, which in terms of long-range capabilities is actually more preferable than some fast-firing gun. and it's even doable in close quarters since it's not that slow firing, so it makes it all around a really reliable gun and can be used in both mid-range and long-range tap firing and be effective in both of those instances. For a sidearm, I went with the Magnum 44 because it's pretty much my go-to sidearm for the engineer kit, because usually I'm actually running PDWs instead of carbines now because of that PDW buff. So I need the Magnum for long-range sniping, and I've actually joked a few times that the Magnum is actually the best DMR in the game because it does have the same 3-shot kill capacity at long range, 2 shots with headshots unless the enemy's already damaged. And I do have some fun sniping pretty much every round that I use it, and it can be a lot of fun. It's just the pistol that I use. Remember, pistols are personal preference. It's just whatever you're comfortable using. I used to be terrible at the Magnum, and just using it a lot, getting used to it, has made me a lot better with it. And it's whatever you use to get follow-up shots on enemies if you run off ammo with your primary, that whatever you need to get those kills. For gadgets, of course, I went with the small and repair tool. Honestly, I don't use a repair tool that much unless I'm in a squad that is really communicating. If I'm in a squad that's really quiet and doesn't PTFO very much, I just use them as spawn beacons basically. But if I'm playing with friends or with a squad that is actually pretty vocal, or there's a friend on my team or just an ally that's actually doing really well, I try to keep them alive with the repair tool. But I prefer it over mines. I hate how inactive mines are, how you're not really actively killing the enemy with the mine, you're just planting it and hoping that they run over it, and I just hate how un-PTFO that is. So that's why I like the repair tool and the small for sniping down helicopters and long-ranging other vehicles. To me, the small is just the best rocket launcher in the game. I know a lot of people like the SRAW, a lot of people like the RPG, but I just prefer the small because I think all around it comes out on top. For grenade, I went with the M67 frag because to me it's the most effective in the game now since RGO impacts got nerfed and the mini grenades got nerfed and flashbangs are overpowered, so I definitely can't use those. I just like the M67 frag the most, and it definitely gets you those opportunities to get multi-kills, and it can be a lot of fun. For a field upgrade, I went with the offensive field perk so I could get that extra ammo, so I don't have to rely on my teammates so much. In these 2 matches, I definitely wasn't getting helped out that much in terms of getting ammo and health. I think I got revived maybe twice total in both of these matches, even though I saw medics running by my body all the time in these matches. So I just prefer the offensive. It lets me run by myself a lot more effectively. So there we go, another map down, another best loadout down, and many more to go. Just remember guys, if there was a map you would like me to come up with a best loadout for next, just leave it down in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely consider doing it. This loadout was definitely effective. The AK-5C seems to just be definitely one of the top carbines in the game, and I definitely prefer it on basically any map. So if you guys like this, just make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and until next time, this is Yummy. Goodbye, and good hunting.